agree with you on all of this. And you think these are worth something here. Those are
those absolutely are worth, yeah.
I went to a pawn shop. I told him I was going to Japan. He goes, "You know anything about vintage Levi's?" And I go, "Yeah, they used to call me the Levi guy."
How's it going? My name's Sean. I'm a full-time eBay clothing reseller, and I have a buy-sell trade store that I opened up recently. Let's open this store. Yeah, we're open. I wanted to share this video because it's the very first deal that I got at the buy-sell trade, and it was amazing. Mike is a gentleman that came. His uniform was Tommy Bahama Hawaiian shirts and a whole plethora of other brands. He also had some vintage Big E denim trucker jackets that he was able to sell to me. So I want to just tell you guys, this is a good one. I hope you enjoy, and let me know if you think you would have done a little bit better.
Yeah, I've got some vintage stuff on the front seat, but I was really ready to take this stuff home. Because I didn't know if you were the guy for me to take vintage to offer me for it. I've got like I said, my brother works, is a fashion designer. He works for a major. So these, I kind of grabbed these in order to.
Like, what do you value that at? Like, what are you expecting to get, like, kind of for that? I guess I can ask.
Man, I was hoping on these Patagonias to get $15.
Those are Pendleton.
Or Pendleton. Oh, these are Pendletons.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
So you have
better.
You have one Patagonia there.
I got one Patagonia. I got those two Pendletons. They're for me to. We're going to meet up in Taos in a month, and if I just bring, he's a fashion designer, and he's always looking for this old stuff to knock off. So if I don't get $15 for these, I'll just take them.
Yeah.
And you probably don't.
I think 15 is more than fair. The main thing with that is making sure that it was taken care of, because a lot of times they're torn up with holes. Sometimes the size is shrunk, but I can tell you these are in wonderful condition. So.
I went fishing in New Mexico the other day, and there was a guy who said he was 87 years old, and he was on the ski team, and he was wearing this shirt. And I went, "Dude, how old is this shirt? How long have you owned this?" He wasn't wearing this shirt, but he was wearing the same shirt. Because I noticed these didn't have any buttons or anything.
Yeah.
So I bet this thing is 60 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyone that you just can't sell, just throw it to the side, and I will either. Hey, I've got family in the Philippines.
Yeah. I hear you.
I sent 3 boxes last month. 3 boxes last month. 3 boxes last month. So any of the wine shirts that you don't want to, well, I'll probably even take them out of here. All the short sleeve ones out of here, and they'll go to the Philippines. If you're not going to give me anything for them,
Oh no, yeah.
I'll probably take these, and they'll end up in the Philippines.
I just don't want you to be like, oh great, now I gotta go to the.
No, you can get rid
Now
of
I
all
gotta
my
go
long
somewhere
sleeve
with
shirt.
it. Yeah.
Plus me getting rid of all. I'm not ever going to wear this again. I used to wear this to work.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
I used to
That's
wear
an awesome
these
uniform.
Hawaiian
It's
shirts.
an awesome
to work.
uniform to have such like a colorful.
If you work in Key West or in Okinawa, yeah, that's your working. That's my work uniform.
Like it's so humid, you know.
I was an engineer.
And you know, there's like Japanese buyers too that are really into the rayon as well.
Oh yeah. Well, they would rather have rayon or cotton. So I'm going to take all these short sleeve.
Oh, those?
These?
Are those the ones from here?
Yeah, unless you want to look at them again.
No, I just want to make sure.
If you decide you want to give me $2 each for them, we'll slide them over. But for nothing, I'm going to send those to the Philippines.
So in this deal for Mike, he had 3 sections of clothes that I want to talk about. The very first one is the one that's on the rack. That's going to have the majority of stuff that I bought. Now, the stuff on the left of that rack was items I wasn't going to pick up, but in case he was going to go ahead and donate them, I wanted to just let him know like I could donate them for him. And at 0 cost of goods, I think I was able to pull like 1 or 2 of those to list, but the rest of them I wasn't interested in listing. Wow, 50 exact. So those I was thinking 4. So that's 200, and then this is going to be more for sure.
And remember, I did a lot of picking to get these, so that's probably about what I paid for them 20 years ago.
Right.
And okay with you taking this, and if you decide to sell them, go ahead and sell them. Well, you know, you don't need to buy them from me. If you don't feel comfortable with offering me anything for them, just give them back. And
dealing with this customer, you have to gauge like how attached is he to these clothes, and he was very attached. This is what he's had for the last 20-30 years. He wore them all the time. I could tell that I needed to pay a good amount so that I could earn that trust with him and show him like, hey, I'm not just giving you $1 a shirt. Like, I'm gonna pay the most I can and still make the profit that I need to make on eBay.
I said I wasn't going to wear Hawaiian shirts in Texas, but you know what? Here's what's great about Texas. It was 65 degrees when we got up this morning. It may be 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon, but it was 65. Try to do that in Key West. Key West never freaking cools.
Well, I was in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and a
Same
lot
thing.
of that was as soon as you showered and went outside, you're just drenched, just fully drenched. And it's kind of tough to get used to, you know.
That's another one of my favorites. Oh, this one is my favorite Okinawa shirt because it says Okinawa all over it. The Okinawans just love that. But I don't want to live in Okinawa. It's gaudy as hell, but the kois and the water. And this was another one. And I think I probably bought this on eBay for $40. Knowing me, my wife keeps reminding me that you bought some of these on eBay. Yeah, I guess I probably did.
Well, you know what's cool is like it's gonna get another like whoever buys these, they're gonna love them. You know, like people, they're gonna wear them and then they stay around and they survive. You know, they like survive another round of not getting thrown away. Let me count one more time just because I got a little confused. All right, so let's do the second tub though. I ended up paying, it was $6 an item for those.
I'm going to tell you that in my opinion, what you're doing is okay here, but I got a feeling you're leaving money on the table if you don't let these guys bid these up. Put a minimum on it and let them bid them up.
What I do with those, like I said before, like this rent spooner, if I don't find an exact copy, a couple of them at a certain price, I'll put it as high as I can. And I just wait.
And take the highest offer?
Well, the thing is, I drop 5% every 30 days.
Okay.
So it'll eventually get to the point where people are like, let's do this. How are you, sir?
Good to know. I'm all right, thank
You want to come in? You want to check out what's going on?
you. I do.
All right, yeah, go ahead, close the door so the AC. So
I understand.
this is a gentleman. He came in to bring me a bunch of his clothes to sell. This is a men's buy-sell trade store.
Okay.
I buy and sell on eBay for a living. I'm a YouTuber and Amazon influencer. And the idea
Sorry
is...
to hear that.
What's that?
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Maybe so.
What are you sorry about?
Yeah.
Being a YouTuber?
I'm making fun of you.
Ah, okay. Okay, nonetheless, all the shirts that are on, well, it's kind of confusing, but like the shirts on part of that rack and this rack, they're your Ralph Lauren's, your Cinch, your Ariat, those are all $20 a piece for sale.
Okay.
And then this gentleman brought in all these clothes that I'm actually about to pay him out for.
Sure.
Once we get done going through
Okay,
it.
cool.
Real quick, I just had the very first organic customer come in. He is a guy who has an office in this building, but he didn't want to be on camera, so I cut it out, no big deal. He says his son might be interested in this. He kind of had his arms crossed and was looking unimpressed, but we're gonna finish up this deal here, and I'm gonna get back with you and show you like what I tallied up, what I was able to give this fine gentleman, and some of the stuff that I picked up in this haul.
This is early 70s.
Okay.
So this one is early 70s, and this one I'm thinking is late 60s and early 70s.
See, yeah, this is the one
This is the one
that's got this here. It's got the big E here. See, it's a little different though. I might just say have your brother look at the jacket because I don't want to underbid anything, and honestly, I don't sell these, so I don't even. That's why I have no knowledge right now. I have
sold
this kind of stuff.
I've sold 500 of these. I used to sell them in the 90s. And this is just the one that I kept. It's been hanging in my closet since. I used to go to Santa Fe, and Santa Fe was like where they would all just pile up. You could go buy a truckload of vintage denim at Santa Fe Flea Market, which you go to Santa Fe Flea Market now, you get crap. I do not care if I sell this one. So you only buy it if you found it and you're comfortable with it, what it'll sell for.
Dealing with him, like I said, he was attached to these clothes. I didn't want to just look at the clothes and say, here's $500. Now that was kind of what was in my head just based on the sheer volume of clothing. However, I felt I needed to go through them, mainly because I don't want to make a mistake on these, but at the same time, I don't want to insult him by going too low at the very first offer. That's why my strategy was to price out like the stuff he didn't value as much and do the best I could on those, and then take a little bit more time to see if I could give him a little more money for the other stuff.
I sold mine for $750.
I just know I couldn't do 5. I couldn't do 100. That's the thing. And I don't want to offer you too low because, like, look at
See
this.
that right
That's the
there?
square pocket.
That's the square pocket. Look at the price, $1,350, right?
And it's salvage too.
And you know where the selvage is? The selvage is going to be right here. You know, I had a selvage jacket with me. I was going to bring over here, but I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were a vintage guy, so I left it at home.
No, I mean, I know salvage is money. I know that, but I just don't know. Like, I couldn't give you the most money for that because I don't know on those jackets what the deal is. Yeah, you're right. These square pocket ones go down a ways.
Oh man, I sold one to a guy for $750 and had the sleeves torn off of it. Just because it was a single pocket, you know, that was the first one. The first one was a single pocket.
Here we go. So here's this one. This one's got the same tag structure that you're saying.
Yeah.
This one went for 210.
All right, that sounds like that's about right.
Yeah, and that's what I was looking for. Honestly, it's just I'm glad you're okay waiting for me to look because that's all it comes down to. I have to see in my business so I don't make mistakes. I have to see the sale accurate to what I'm looking at. And
But I don't know what you sell. The same jacket with the small E, I don't know where they go.
like, why did that even? How'd that get made? Unless it was like the very end, right?
It was at
very
the end, but
yeah.
what's it worth? There you go. What's it worth? I don't know.
And then for like the 3 flannels, the 2 Pendletons and the 1 Patagonia, I ended up paying $15 a piece for those. I definitely made a mistake by looking too deep into the comps on some of the Hawaiian shirts and then trying to figure out what he wanted for the big E's. There was one big E and the other one was the little E, but they were both like that 60s, 70s age, I guess, jacket. I'm not an expert in vintage, so I couldn't really give him like the most accurate pricing. He wanted 100 for each. I ended up settling with 100 for the big E one and 50 on the one with the small E, and he was okay with that. It actually ended up being about like 55, and then I think I threw him another $8 just to make it like an even 600 for the end of the deal. So let's do 15 a piece on these, and then that'd be 45 plus the 100, so 145, and then
200. It's worth at least $50. Even if
so
it's
200 for the rest.
200,
All right.
200. So we end up with around 600.
Yeah, 592, and I'll get you the 600. That work?
And you left me some of my favorite shirts.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, there's only so much I can do, right? Like, there's only so much I could buy. And honestly, I would have liked to just take it, but guess what? I tried to give the most money for you, and that's the best I can do. So I'm happy if you're happy.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to sell $30,000 worth of seashells.
Hey, this might not be the market in Texas. I mean, maybe
Well, it won't be.
Houston.
It's going to be online. I'll have to go online.
Figure out how to sell them.
Instagram. I'll probably have to start an Instagram page. I have pictures of the shells.
I'm gonna shut this off.
Guns up. I'm not wearing my Texas Tech. That would have been cool, right?
Excellent, man. Well, thank you. In the end, Mike was extremely happy with the $600 that I got him, and I was really happy with the inventory that he was able to provide to me. There's a lot of very unique Tommy Bahamas, a lot of prints that I've not seen before, a lot of Rin Spooners, then you got the flannels, and then of course the big ticket items, the denim jackets. I think it went great. I wish I would have gone a little faster. I feel like I was, spending a little too much time looking up comps, but in the end, he was happy, I was happy. If you guys like this video, I hope it made you happy. Go ahead and comment down below if there's anything I could have done a little differently, what you might have done in this situation. And yeah, I'm here to learn. This was the very first deal in the store, and I hope there's many more like it. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.